When I first arrived home in 1960, I believe there were about 16 wineries in Victoria. If we go back to the 1890s, there were 212 wineries in this region alone. So the industry had shrunk dramatically in about 80 years. Since then, however, there's been enormous expansion, and in Victoria, I'm not too sure how many wineries there are today, but I'd estimate between 400 to 500. In this region alone, from 1960, when we had 2 wineries here, I think we've now gone to about 10 different wineries. But certainly there's been enormous changes in the last 40 years. I think what I've seen in that time is the dramatic improvement in the quality of wine. I first started judging in, when was it? About early 70s. And at that time, approximately 1/3 of all wines would have a wine fault. When I stopped judging, a bit over 20 years later, they'd be lucky if there was 1 or 2% with winemaking faults. And today, when you look at a class of 50 or 100 wines, there are very few wines which are not sound. Now, you may prefer wines with high tannin, and I might like wines with soft tannin. So there's big variations in the styles, and there's big variations in the qualities. Stylistically, I guess if we could look at the varieties which have stayed the same, Riesling is a variety which really, stylistically, hasn't changed a lot over all that period. I might add that I think Riesling is the greatest white variety Australia makes. We make great Semillons and great Chardonnays, but consistently Riesling has been a winner all the way through. With the reds, certainly we've gone from big, heavy extracted wines to lighter, more drinkable wines. We've gone from wines with heavy oak, with no oak, with everything in between. We've seen big variations there. Pinot is one of those love 'em, hate 'em type varieties. I love Pinot because of its sheer drinkability. Even though I'm not very big, I like to drink a lot. And Pinot is just my style of wine because of its sheer drinkability. And I think it's a variety doing a great job from this particular vineyard. Stylistically, I think it's a fashion thing. And things, every 4 or 5 years, we seem to have a change in varieties, and I think that's only good for the industry.